and a very warm welcome to Insights with me, your host, Alex Nyman. And I'm going to be bringing you an hour and a half of the very best in contemporary jazz and world music, really, you know, just sort of like a whole vast array of fabulous music. I hope you're going to stick with me for the next, say, about hour and a half to about 1:30. And we're going to kick off today's program with the incomparable bass player Dave Holland. This is a track from his album called Aziza. This is featuring Chris Potter, Lionel Lueki on guitar, and Eric Harlan on drums, Chris Potter on saxophone. Hope you enjoyed this track, and yeah. Dave Holland there with Chris Potter on saxophone, Lionel Luecki on guitar, and Eric Harland on the drums. That was from his album Aziza, and that particular track was called Walking the Walk. Okay, so lots of different music for you this afternoon. As always, I feel sort of that it's got open season for me when when I come in here on a Monday. I can pretty much play. Well, of course I can. I can play whatever I want, and you know what? I'm going to as well. It's all basically improvised music for sure. I don't play really anything other than that. And but as to what time frame, what year it comes from, is maybe not quite so important as just the content of the music. So I try to sort of try and keep a wide and varied program. So without further ado, as I say, let's continue with a most wonderful trumpet player who, unfortunately, along with so many greats, passed a few years ago. Much to everybody's surprise, actually, because he was he's still really quite young. I don't think he'd even hit 50. Fabulous trumpet player. His name is Roy Hargrove, and I absolutely adore his playing. He's a wonderful player. Great composer as well. Really, really nice guy. You could just, you've seen live videos with this guy, and you could just tell he's just special. Very, very lovely chap. This particular track is from an artist called Casa Overall, and this is called La Casa Azul.
Standing on the square, I found you, circling piranhas. Fear became folly, sweating a utopian sauna. Time is a test tube, baby, I nest you, unless you don't get undressed too. Hop out the shower, so fresh, so clean. Neighbors got mad at my decibel, respect the happiness. Don't you know I'm usually quiet and very unapproachable? Protect my anima, but not young enough to maintain the stamina. You laugh like a little kid and cry like a widow. Guess I'm just Malcolm in the middle with my heart in the riddle. Honestly, they love my misogyny, but the verisimilitude, it influenced the progeny. Broken links don't open in any window. Smoke signals are necessary, trapped between love and legendary. More than disposable, protects your neck, my shadow self-exposable. How can I fin flame with a twin flame that's insane? Try to keep it light like a 10 chain, but color out the lines, don't switch lanes. If you got a mind, then give brain. If you got heart, then quit playing. Oh, you got jokes, I'm just saying. Facts, I'm just laying. Fucking with the master architect. The mythological archetype, no disrespect. The God complex is complex, but maybe we could share this sidewalk. You walk light and really don't like side talk. Silence is God-given, in tune with the not living. You never heard of drums and got rhythm. Ironically, two-step harmonically and make love sonically. You might get free to collar me, but probably won't fuck with the analogy. You probably won't fuck with the analogy.
Right, I'm going to just have a little break on that particular track. Unfortunately, Mr. Casa Azul has a whatever his name is got a pretty foul mouth, so I'm gonna just get rid of that. I'm sure the lyrics must be essential to it in some way, but yeah, I do think is it really necessary So my apologies to anybody listening that might be going, oh my God, how can you play that? Yeah, I agree. So I'll tell you what, instead of him, I'm actually going to play something. I was actually just looking at another track that I really wanted to play. This actually is featuring, again, Dave Holland. And this is a track featuring the wonderful saxophonist Lee Konitz, who's been a huge favourite of mine for many, many years. And this is a track called Satori. So there, Lee Konitz, playing without swearing. Fantastic. It's nice to have music that doesn't require four-letter words in it. And I know some music, might do, but not on my program. Anyway, so Lee Konitz from a slightly experimental period, obviously, there with Dave Holland, Dick Katz, and Marshall Solal, and that was a track called Satori. Let's go from something extremely experimental to something not quite so experimental. And this guy's one of the sort of preeminent smooth jazz tenor saxophone players. His name is Boney James. And this is a track called Stop, Look, Listen to Your Heart. yeah, that was smooth. That's Boney James. Doesn't get any smoother than that. Wow. Yeah. So that's nice, very smooth jazz. Why am I laughing? I don't know. I'm just laughing. His sound is so smooth on that track that sometimes it's almost barely distinguishable from the rest of the track. I would imagine he's got the EQ sort of EQ settings set in a very particular way to make that happen. Not that he doesn't have a smooth sound to start with, but you can do an awful lot with EQ to increase or decrease certain aspects of the sound for sure. Here's a guy that has his sound for sure in a most amazing way, and I never ever tire of listening to this guy, John Scofield. Probably one of the most original, if not the most original guitarist I think I've ever heard in my life. The sort of guy that never plays the same thing twice, and that's quite saying something within the world of jazz. This is a track from him. This is called Loud Jazz. fabulous John Schofield there with Loud Jazz, one of my favourite guitarists, absolutely amazing player. Right, now then, next on the list of, I'm really sort of, dipping all over the world at the moment, in the world of jazz, as it were. And the next chap I've got up is an interesting, kind of an interesting story. I guess if you're me, it's interesting. Might not be interesting for you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. It's a chap called Don Byas. He is and still is hugely respected tenor saxophone player. He's dead, unfortunately, but in the time he was alive, he created an incredible amount of amazing music. He really was just one of those saxophonists that there was just no holding the guy back. He was just absolutely an astounding player. And now the interesting part of this story is that you'll probably think I've gone crazy now, but when my wife was giving birth to our first child, Olivia, we went into the operational suite in Masterton, which is where she was born, and about sort of 2:00 in the afternoon, I think it was, and as we went into the operating, they got Chris all sorted out on the table and everything, and I was waiting outside, and then they called me in, and as I wanted to be there, for that, it was by cesarean, so it wasn't like screaming and all that sort of stuff. And there was a big sheet in front of all the where all the stuff was going on, so that I would have passed out if I'd seen it, I'm sure, and very squeamish. And anyway, so yes, the two things I noticed when I went into the operating theatre, one was that it was extremely cold, as they all are, and secondly, I heard some jazz. I was thinking, that's nice. I didn't know they played jazz in operations when people are having children. And the anaesthetist, bless him, he was a lovely chap, South African guy. And I was sitting at the head of the table with Chris, and we were sort of listening, and I was thinking, and I said, this is just delightful, operation, blah, 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 some music in the background. I said, it's gorgeous. I said, is that by any chance Don Byas? He said, yes. He said, gosh, he said, how did you know that? And I said, well, I happen to be a saxophone player myself. He said, because I actually really knew that, because I think I sort of got wind of it, because we've been in and out of the operating, the maternity place for quite some time, so they got wind of the fact that I was a saxophone player, and I thought it was just absolutely delightful that our daughter Olivia, was born to the sound of Don Byas playing his saxophone. And I thought that, well, the only thing it gets slightly worse than that would be me playing saxophone in the operating theatre, but I didn't think they really want me to do that. It might have been a bit loud, people off. And anyway, it was just lovely. It's just in the background. It was absolutely gorgeous, and it was just an absolutely delightful thing to do. And I raised my expectations immensely about childbirth in hospitals, and thinking, wow, they could do that. I wonder how many other places they do that for. Who knows? So anyway, that's the story. My interaction there with Don Byas in a sort of distant way, albeit very personal way, of course, as well. So anyway, let's get on with some music from Don Byas, and this is the well-known rhythm changes standard called "I've Got Rhythm," and from which have sprouted many other tunes, but all basically over the same chord changes. Don Byas and Slam Stewart with I Got Rhythm. Fabulous stuff there. Don Bias with I got rhythm, not I've got rhythm, but I got rhythm. And let's move on to another wonderful saxophone player. His name is Wayne Shorter, and he's still around. Yes, he's still here, and he's been creating incredible music for many, many years. This is called Mag the Knife. Wayne Shorter there with Mac the Knife. That was from an album, and I've got a picture of it right here in front of me. It's called Introducing Wayne Shorter, and judging by the picture of him on the front, it looks like it's about 10 years old. I think it must have been a bit older than that, but beautiful, super balanced action tenor saxophone there with him, and a lovely Otto Link mouthpiece. I'm sure both were complete and utter fortune. If we could only get our hands on them. He's probably sold that a long time ago, and somebody else is playing it right now. But I can assure you, it's not me. What a shame. Anyway, that was Wayne Shorter, as I said, and it's actually really nice to hear Wayne playing sort of straight ahead jazz like that, because and also in a kind of kind of almost in like a bebop kind of way. So it's a sort of fairly understandable. He became what should we say, a little out there as he got older, and played as amazing. Still amazing, but became a little bit more free, and maybe not quite so in sort of straight ahead as that particular track. So it's very, very nice to hear that. I've not actually heard that track before, and I'm kind of inspired to do a version of Mac the Knife myself sometime tomorrow when I have the day free at home in my studio. Now then, let's move on to a vocalist who I have played a number of tracks to you from. Her name is Stacey Kent, and she is married to a wonderful saxophone player from the UK. His name is Jim Tomlinson, and plays very much in the Stan Getz vein, if you will. And this is a beautiful track, well-known standard. It's called "Swonderful." Beautiful version there of Swonderful by Stacey Kent. And her husband there, Jim Tomlinson, or maybe it should be Jim Stan Tomlinson. I'm sure he's heard that many times, but when you sound that close to Sam Getz, it's hardly surprising that people would make that comparison. He even got a few of the little squeaks there from Stan into his, so I don't know how he did that. It's amazing. Really just beautiful playing. And as I say, I will always play one or two tracks from Stacey. She's such a fantastic singer, such a beautiful voice, absolutely gorgeous. And here's another lady with an absolutely wonderful voice singing the Billy Joel classic, Just the Way You Are.
Try to please me. You never let me down before. Don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always have my unspoken passion, although I might not seem to care. I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. I need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. Oh, what will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? I said I love you, and that's forever. And this I promise from the heart. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are.
That was, of course, there, the wonderful Diana Krall. And I should also say, of course, you probably recognise his sound by now, don't you? Michael Brecker there on tenor saxophone, playing one of the last solos he recorded, unfortunately. He passed away. God, I keep on saying that, don't I? He passed away, they passed away, she passed away. It's such a shame. These sort of jazz greats move on. And just such a shame that they do go. And we love them. I love them. We all love them, I'm sure. Let's have a little look. I'm just looking through my particular playlist. Now, Richard Elliott, yes, so is another smooth jazz player. Let's have a little listen to Richard, shall we? I haven't really listened to much of Richard over the last wee while. And this is a track from him. It's called In the Groove. Richard Elliott there in the groove, and boy, he was in the groove, and very smooth as well. Smooth in the groove. Nothing wrong with that. Fantastic. Right, now we're talking about guitarists before, and I was talking about John Scofield, how much I love his playing. Well, there's another guy called John, but not Scofield. His name is John Abercrombie. Yes, like that coat that I used to have when I was about 13 or 14. I was a very stylish young man. Used to love wearing my Abercrombie black overcoat with a little sort of handkerchief thing at the top, and then a badge and my Arsenal football scarf. Boy, I looked the business with my tonics and my luminous green socks and my suede shoes. Quite a sight, I'm sure, especially going to school. Those were the days. Right, okay, let's get back to some music. And there's John Abercrombie is a fantastic guitarist, really one of the ultimate guitarists in jazz. And I might play a couple of tracks from John. We'll see. This is a ballad. It's called "Beautiful Love." Beautiful track there by that was actually not John Abercrombie's album. That was actually an album from John. No, it was an album from Gary Campbell, the saxophone player, the tenor saxophone player. Not a widely known saxophonist, but hugely respected one nevertheless. Just one of those guys that sort of cook in the background, and you don't really know what he is it him? What's he up to? And but highly respected by many players, and obviously getting a team together there, like with John Abercrombie, Ron McClure on bass, and Adam Nussbaum on drums. He's got to be doing something to get those guys playing with him for sure. One other saxophone player that I really just want to touch on today, and that's the inimitable, the most wonderful Kenny Garrett. This is a track from him called "Seds Ahead." going to bring the volume down a little bit because it's my time to say goodbye to you, and thank you for joining me this week from me, Alex Nyman. It's the programme Insights. I hope you'll be able to join me next week, 12 to 1:30. There are a few repeats of this programme on during the week. In fact, now I just think about it, I won't be here next week. I'm going to be down in Queenstown. You'll be listening to a repeat, no doubt, once I get in touch with Veronica and let her know. Yes, I'm going down to Queenstown because, do you know what? It's my birthday. Yes, I'm a grand total of 35 years. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. No, I'm a bit older than that, but the actual true age of myself is a well-guarded secret. So as of next week, I won't be here, as you know. I will be here the week after, and I do hope you have a very safe and enjoyable week, in fact fortnight, between now and the next time that I see you here. And I look forward to your company, and in between now and then, have a very safe time, and goodbye from me. Bye-bye.